today we're headed back into the cigar heartland of America so I can take you inside one of the most important and essential parts of the cigar industry, and that is a good old-fashioned cigar factory tour. Today I'm going to take you guys inside of El Titan de Bronze Cigar Factory. Now, if you're a nerd, like a super cigar nerd, then you just got all flushed and flustered and excited because El Titan de Bronze is an amazing place for cigar lovers. In fact, cigar makers tend to be tripping over each other to try to get their cigars rolled at El Titan de Bronze. The factory is owned by Willie Herrera, the blender of the Herrera Esteli, and his family. And it's also the birthplace of Drew Estate's Herrera Esteli Miami. You see, today, there's not a lot of cigar factories in America that roll cigars still. Most of our blends are rolled south of the border, and for sure, a cigar factory in the States is a very special thing, but El Titan de Bronze is also a boutique cigar factory, meaning they focus on smaller quantities of cigars at once with a higher attention to detail in the blend and the construction and every little part of it. This is a process that is made out of 1,000 tiny details that all have to come together to form a beautiful, perfect product at the end. And we're very fortunate today to have Pedro Gomez from Drew Estate walking us through this process. His knowledge and experience he's gotten from working with Drew Estate in their factories in Nicaragua has made him a pro at this whole experience. So he's going to explain this to us. I don't think I've gotten as good and in-depth of an explanation yet on exactly all the little bits and pieces of what goes into making just one cigar, and that's what I want to present to you today. So with no further ado, let's dive in. It's time to head back to Miami. No doubt, this part of Florida has got more cigars than any other spot on the planet. There's lots of warehouses, incredibly impressive infrastructure for the cigar industry. But of course, it wouldn't be a cigar tour if I didn't bring you guys inside the heart of cigar making to an American cigar factory. So behind me right now is El Titan de Bronze, the famed cigar factory where everybody wants a cigar made for them. Because, well, hell, it's here in America. You get some very special cigars made here. Of course, to see everything there is to see here at El Titan de Bronze, you need a good tour guide. And for that, of course, Pedro is still with us. All right, dude, are you ready to take us through?
I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Because you guys are going to witness one of the most boutique cigar factories right here in Miami in a neighborhood that is called La Pequeña Habana. As you guys already know, Miami back in the days was a very well-known spot as a little cigar factories. From here, they have been coming legendary brands. And Titan del Bronze is one of the legendary cigar factories right here in Miami because besides them making Herrera Esteli Miami, Herrera Esteli Miami, guys, is being made handmade right here in this beautiful boutique cigar factory. They also make other cigar brands for other cigar companies. Right here where I am right now, guys, this is a beautiful tobacco warehouse. So right here, guys, you're gonna find grappers. Okay, it could be grapper from different countries, but obviously it's gonna be the grappers that they are gonna be using for this month. Binders, different type of binder depending on the blend or depending of the cigar line that they are making. And when it comes to the fillers, you got volados, you got secos, you got visos, you got ligeros. It could be tobacco from Nicaragua, it could be tobacco from Dominican Republic, it could be tobacco from Honduras, it could be tobacco from the United States, it could be tobacco from Mexico, from Brazil, from Ecuador. Everything is based off wherever they are currently making. And one thing that you're gonna experience right now, team, this is how much I miss doing cigar safari in Nicaragua, because when I'm in the factory, guys, I'm all in. Now I'm gonna show you something really amazing, team. Put your nose right here. I just opened this.
All right, 1 second.
Whoa! You see the difference?
So authentically, we accidentally pulled out a Seiko, a bunch of Seiko before, and it didn't smell anything like this Viso right here. This is a like really. Can I do that again?
Yeah.
Really rich, deep with sweetness. Sweetness to it, and almost like a raisiny sweetness smell that comes off of this. It's like, he's like, I'm good. I do that all day.
This is really good.
That is like, and by the way, devoid of any imperfections. You don't like, this is already fermented, like perfectly ready to go.
That's right.
Other than a couple of small things you'll do, this is ready to be rolled into a cigar.
And another thing, so whole one leaf. This is how a Viso leaf should taste like. Thick. So touch that one.
Yeah, this is a rugged, leathery, thick leaf, which, again, Seiko grows lower down on the plant. Viso gets a little bit more sun exposure, not quite as much as the Haro does. But this, again, feels very, very leathery and very thick. And then, again, this one's frog-legged at the bottom, which is what they do to all filler leaves. They don't do this to binder or wrapper, which is just... And by the way, as a guy who had a bunch of long filler in my shop, the first time Willie Herrera came there, I gave him some of my long filler leaf, and he called them rags. This is not rags. This is real, like you'd make a premium cigar with this leaf.
And another thing that we can mention right there, Tim, as you can see, you see the frog legs.
Yeah.
Frog legs, you're going to find front legs, everything that have to do with the filler tobacco. When it comes to grapper and binder, you will see the entire vein, the complete leaf. But right here, what they do in the facilities where this tobacco come from, they take out 45% up to 50% of the central vein, because what the central vein does, it can create construction issues. That means that the tobacco will be too plugged to get the draw.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna show you guys a really nice trick. One thing that really lets you know that the tobacco is ready, has the right combustion, you create a little hole right here, guys. So I just crack this little one right there, and then I'm gonna put some fire on it. It should last 5 seconds. As you can see, the fire is still going. You see this little one?
Yeah, those little red lines.
And the whole thing is still going. Now, one thing that you're gonna get, Tim, is the flavor that you can get out of this. This is how you get the smell of the leaf. You are about to create a new blend. You have to get the smell of the tobacco one leaf at a time.
Yeah.
Amazing. You see?
It's
still f***ing going. Look at them. Ooh, the little spark is gone.
Now, obviously, it's not colossal. It's boutique, so it's smaller. How many bales does this room fit?
So this bale, according to my man that he used, told me that number is between 20 to 25 bales.
And do you know how many pounds each bale is? How much they each weigh?
Each bale could be to between 100 to 120 pounds. I don't see any Indonesia that is like 250. I don't see any Connecticut shade wrapper, which is like 180.
Yeah.
Most of this one is like 100 pounds. Como 100 libras cada pa acá.
Sí.
So 100 pounds.
All right, we got more to do. The leaf inside this bin is very soft. It's moist, for lack of a better term.
Yes.
And like not sopping wet, but very soft, which... Like, if you're going to sit down and roll a cigar, the last thing you want is a crunching, cracking, dry leaf. Like, certainly, this cigar, in the condition that it's in, you wouldn't want to manipulate the leaf because it would be cracking. If I even rolled this too hard between my fingers, I'd crack the wrapper leaf on it. So they're getting the leaf a little bit more moisture, a little more humidity into the leaf just so that they can manipulate it into its final form. Think of this like pottery. Right? Pottery, when you make it, exists in a different form than when you use it. Eventually, you put it in a kiln, you fire it, and then it's the way it's going to be forever. Cigars very similar. They'll wet down the binder leaf so that it's able to be manipulated so they can roll it into a cigar without cracking the leaf, and then it's going to be ready to bang.
That's right. Adding playability. So, when it comes to that, if they are wetting down Connecticut shade wrapper, they don't have to imbue it. And this is very interesting to mention. When you are rolling Connecticut shade wrapper cigars, you get the tobacco hands. You open it up like this, and then you start to add, mist of water.
Yeah.
And then water it down evenly, and then after that you put it like this. So this way, all the water drops are gonna go straight to the center vein, and all the little veins that connect the entire leaf, and it's gonna keep the body of the leaf with a very nice moisture. Now, when you are rolling Maduro cigars, This one is not gonna do nothing. You have to imbue the 2 tobacco hands into a bucket of water, and then after that, going like this, taking out the excess amount of water, and put that tobacco leaf resting. How do you say, like hanging? Well, not hanging, but vice versa. Where the central vein start, that's where you're gonna sit the tobacco hands.
I'm curious about this because we're gonna go see in a minute. We're gonna go see the resting room, and presumably it's 45 days ish in a resting room.
Right.
That's where you're gonna be letting some of this moisture escape from the cigar after it's been rolled. Because obviously anybody watching this is aware that you don't want your cigars to be over humidified, and certainly at this point those leaves are wetter than they should be long term. So wet them down, get them so they're pliable, roll it into a cigar.
Rolling with very soapy Maduro grapper. It gotta be very soapy.
Yeah.
So after this cigar has been made, then it goes to a weekend room. I'm very sure that right here they should have like a little room with a lot of AC to dry out the cigar, and then after that the cigar goes to the escaparates. That's how I can figure that, according to my little humble experience from Drew State Factory. You got people that they make and roll cigars the Cuban way. So what does it mean when I say the Cuban way? The Cuban way style, that means that one person bunch, and when it comes to bunching, it's about putting all the fillers together, including the binder, and the filler it could be seco, viso, and ligero, and then they put all those tobacco leaves together in a single binder, and as you can see it right here. So right here, guys, tenemos Margarita, tenemos Barrero. They are rolling short filler cigars, and basically, as you can see, she's putting the filler together, putting in a binder. Eventually, those plastic molds are gonna be pressed in this press machine. So they press it 2 times. Once you do the first press, it's gonna be one line right here. So they have to turn this cigar around and put the line against the plastic mold.
90-degree turn.
Right. ¿Por cuánto tiempo? Okay, so she keep this cigar until tomorrow because it's a short filler cigar.
Oh wow, they press them for longer.
So as you can see, guys, you don't see no line. And even though that this cigar is a short filler cigar, as you can see, it's very well made with a very nice construction. There is no picadura leaving from the cigar.
Just so that I understand this correctly, these are short-filled cigars.
Yes.
I don't want to knock over her beautiful pile right here. This is what she's rolling on the desk right there.
Right.
And the difference that you see between what's sticking out of the press, which looks like a bunch of unraveled shaggy foot cigars, and this has a lot to do with that pressing.
Okay, you wanna hear something very interesting? This is the first time that I hear this.
Yes, sir.
Well, they are from Cuba, and basically how Cuba makes their cigar, they use 2 binders, right? Which in Nicaragua and Drew State Factory, we use 1 binder, and it could be a small binder for a small cigar, or a big binder for a big cigar. In this case, Toro or Churchill, you know. But how they do it right here, they are making as well short filler cigars. One thing, guys, in the factory, whatever is in the production projection is what we are making. And I'm talking on behalf of the Tender Bronx and Drew State Factory. There are gonna be days that in a small scale operation like the Tender Bronx, probably one day they're gonna be making just short filler cigar, which is the same production of cigar that you're seeing right here. Another day you will see that they are making long filler cigars. But at the end of the day, it's about maximizing and using the raw material in a very efficient way. That means if you only make long filler cigar, it's gonna be unsustainable, because what's gonna happen with the leftover that comes from the food and the head of the cigar? You have to find homes to use those cigars and other type of cigars. So when it comes to short filler cigar, those are gonna be more affordable when it comes to the price point, the MSRP. But there are other cigars that the Tender Bronx makes, amazing long filler cigars, like, of course, Herrera Esteli Miami. Entonces, according to Joanna and Joan, so they said that there are people from Nicaragua that work right here in the Tender Bronx, and they use 1 binder only. She already put the 2 binders, as you can see.
And there's a little bit of long filler there, and then she's going to mix in the short filler, and this and the sheet that she's rolling the thing on. That's like just a very rudimentary tool for.
Right.
It's like a bigger version of the roll your own cigarettes thing.
That's right. And then with the finger, she is distributing the whole raw materials that is gonna go in the whole body of the cigar. So this way it's not gonna be like a soft spot on it.
I always assumed that rolling cigars was easy, and it's not. And I tried this for a very long time. I tried to roll cigars at home. Some of you guys know that I used to do that, and I was always terrible at it. And there's something important to know about what they do here. If you're really good at a thing, that people can watch you do it and say, man, that looks really hard. That looked like that would be really hard to do. But if you're truly, truly skilled at something, then when people watch you do it, they say, oh, that looks easy. And that's what you've got here at El Titan de Bronze. People who are truly, truly skilled. And as you watch them, they're just doing it. They just seem to be throwing cigars together. But there's a lot to know. I'm even watching as in these mixed fill cigars, in these Cuban sandwiches, they'll pile up the short filler and then remove specks from certain parts of the cigar where they know it will be overfilled. Like, there's a lot of background knowledge that goes into just the making of a Cuban sandwich here that I'm kind of watching on these tables. It's very, very fascinating, but certainly like something that if you tried to do it at home would quickly discover that it does take a knack to do. It takes some serious experience.
Yeah, it takes art, passion, love. That's what it takes right there, guys. There are 2 types of aging room, guys. You got what is called escaparates, which is this room right here that it keeps room temperature. The cigars, you can feel that beautiful smell of chocolate, of coffee notes. Bro, help me on this one. You are very good when it comes to
Coffee, cedar, cinnamon, chocolate, mocha, espresso.
all that stuff. Everything is just mixed it up right here in the air, guys. And what they do right here in Titan del Bronze, they keep the cigars for 45 days. So everything, as you can see, just taking out this beautiful bundle. So you got the date, which is August 25th, 2023. That's the person that rolled the cigar, Felipe Padilla. That means that this cigar was bunched and rolled by the same person. And as you can see, it's a covered food. Now, in 45 days, if this is August 25th, when do you think this cigar is going to be ready, Tim?
It should be close to August 25th?
Mm-hmm.
We should be like there.
Pretty much.
It should be basically there now. But how do they tell what cigar it is? Like, this has got the date and the guy's name, but how do they know what blend it is?
That's a good question. I'm very sure that
They've got a list somewhere.
They have to have somebody to keep in track
Yeah.
what the blend is.
Somewhere there's a binder, I'm
Right.
sure. What an amazing thing. And these cigars all look just perfect. I mean, from what we were looking at, what we're seeing where they're rolling the cigars inside the presses, where they look very rough, to this room,
Very nice.
there's an absolute transformation. You know, we're here at a cigar factory in Florida.
Right.
We're not in Nicaragua. I mean, how are they finding skilled rollers for this place? Are these people from Cuba for the most part? Or are they from Nicaragua? Do you guys bring Nicaraguans up here to work up here? And it's Willie's factory, right?
That's a great question, Tim. So basically, you know, for everybody that doesn't know about something very interesting about Miami, Miami is the gateway of Latin America. So everybody that comes from Cuba, from Dominican Republic, from Honduras, from Nicaragua, the first step is in Miami. So if you have spent 2 decades working from X and Y factory in those countries that I just mentioned, guess where do you want to find a job? And the only city that can offer a job besides Ybor City
Yeah.
is Miami. So in Miami you got factories, like legitimate production scale factories like Titan del Bronze.
Yeah.
But if you walk down the street to heading more into La Pequeña Habana, you're gonna find little stores that they have people showcasing how to roll a cigar.
Wow.
It could be 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys, but right here they have a very decent amount of people making cigars. And one thing that I didn't tell you this, it was right now it's almost 3 p.m. So that means that right here in this factory, guys, everything is based on production. While in Nicaragua and other countries, we work at Drew Estate Factory. We work from 7 to 5.
No matter
As
what
many
production gets
cigars as you can make, obviously good cigars. Well, over here, everything is on production. That means that if they assign you 200 cigars, once you are done with 200 cigars, you can go home. Or 300 cigars. But everything is based, you know, in the production scale of this beautiful operation. And everything is based in the demand of cigar that they might have with other customers, like private labels.
Yeah.
That's how you call the cigar that they make right here.
Amazing. Guys, it smells incredible in here, by the way. Not even like that smell you get when you walk into a humidor. You walk into your local brick and mortar shop, there's that like smell in the humidor. It's this really nice, and the words I'm going to use aren't going to sound amazing, but almost barnyard smell. It's there's a little bit of grass and hay, but also a like slight sweetness in the air. Like it's that true quintessential tobacco.
Absolutely.
Like almost musty perfectness.
And we are going to make sure, guys, to get a cigar that is ready to walk out of these escaparates for you to smoke and for me to smoke. Because we need a cigar to smoke.
I need a cigar to smoke. So we're headed back here. So they've just cleared out the packaging area, but we just got cigars that have no packaging on them, probably because the packaging people left.
As you guys can see, this one, I don't know if this is the same cigar, to be honest with you, but we got black honey. Let's see, this black honey, this one doesn't have nothing yet. So basically they're gonna be using these boxes tomorrow, but pretty much they have the whole thing ready to be packaging. Another thing which is very interesting to say is that in the packaging department, only women's work, because women are detail oriented when it comes to the presentation of anything and everything.
That feels sexist to say, but he's not wrong. That is like, I think that's pretty consistent in workplaces. Women tend to be more detail oriented. We've even noticed that at the Cigars Daily HQ. We rely on that.
That's
and
right.
So even if you go down to Nicaragua, you'll notice that they have a lot of women who, you know, take care of the facilities. Even Nestor Plasencia, his mother, does sprawling gardens at all of their facilities.
That's
so
right.
Drew Estate understands the same thing, and it's part of the reason that all your cigars look so damn good.
I asked the guys to get us a cigar that has finished the escaparate process, the aging cold run. So I'm very sure that this one has been around for at least 3 months right here in the factory before they ship it out. But I got a call Willie Herrera that he is having some vacation, beautiful vacation in Spain, and he told me, hey Pedro, you know, take Tim Cigars Daily all over the factory. This is your second home, and for me it was a true honor coming right here and giving you guys a tour of me and Tim. Because Tim, I have been seeing you doing those education videos, bro. You do a very good job educating your audience, and trust me, bro. The fact that you share with people, it is true as it can be. Now, not every time you got the opportunity to come to a little cigar factory, especially right here in the United States.
Damn straight.
This is literally what the last boutique, true operation, family run and family owned business that you will witness in this video.
There is so much Pedro just laid out that I did not know about the process of making cigars. Like, for instance, how to tell if a leaf is ready by letting it on fire a bit and watching that burn spread for 5 seconds. There's a lot to making sure that your raw material is ready, that the rolling is just right, the draw's got to be just right, everything down to the aging and packaging. This is so cool, and to watch El Titan de Bronze do this on a small scale with such inordinate attention to detail has been so cool for me. I'm going to ask you here, drop a comment down below. What about cigar making did you not know that you saw in this video? Dare I say, even if you have been to a factory before, there's stuff in here that you would not have seen or known before because Pedro took us so far behind the curtain. So drop your comments down there, and of course, check this video out on the community on Cigars Daily Plus. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Tim, signing off for Cigars Daily, and I will go finish this Herrera Esteli Miami, by the way. It's so good, and I'll see you in the comments.